The 2021 season is presented by Best on Tour. Sign up for free at bestontour.net. All right, well, we're back at it for the first Central Open of the 2021 season here on Pickwick Lake. So 2 weeks ago we had Douglas, then last week we went to Kansas for the Bass Nation Regional. I was going to film that, however, I caught 5 fish in 6 days. We're on Pickwick, so we're back filming. I got Carson with me. He seems like he's been through it. Like, have you wrestled alligators before?
Yes, I have.
And his son actually fishes on the MPFL. He's doing pretty good, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's doing real good. He's at 12th in points right now.
We're gonna get a little bit of a shad spawn. Guys, I've had a brutal practice. I can't figure out this ledge deal. So then we're gonna run to Bay Springs. We're gonna be the first people in history to leave Pickwick in April and go to a different lake. It's just not rocket science. Bridges, marina, riprap, and ramps, BMR squared. So we're gonna start in a marina, then we're gonna fish some riprap, then we're gonna run to another marina. So KISS, as Jeffries always says, keep it simple, stupid. Come in with about 14, 15 pounds and see where that puts us today. What's up, Gene?
Hey guys, you got a boat that's got to get around you.
Boat 27, 220 check-in. Y'all have a good morning. We're gonna start on a little shad spawn deal. Give it 30 minutes, 45 minutes, unless it's just whales over the gunnel. Could be. So I really didn't know what to expect starting out on the shad spawn. I had an early boat draw. I didn't want to waste time running to Bay Springs early and lose that shad spawn bite. So I just decided to stop in this marina, and I really thought I'd be able to pick up a couple keepers, 2.5, 3 pounders really quick, and I never had a keeper and fished it for an hour. Now I'm fishing all 9 of these, rooming with Brad Hallman and Andrew Upshaw, and it turns out that Andrew started in the same set of docks as well, and he had really high expectations, and I think he ended up catching 1 keeper out of it, but it was not the start that either of us were looking for. So much for that bright idea. You got them already? No. I thought it would be stupid easy. I packed it up and made the about a 42, 43 mile run to Bay Springs, which is a lake in Mississippi that's connected to Lake Pickwick, so everything's legal there, but really simple game plan there. There's a marina there, and kind of where the barges go in and out of the Lock of Dam, those spotted bass were kind of set up or out there. I know there's a lot of really cool stuff in that lake, but I only practiced there for a couple hours and I didn't have time to find anything else, so like I said, I was in salvage mode. I finally caught a keeper a couple hours into the day, and it had the wacky worm swallowed, so it was only about a 2 pounder, and I knew I had to keep an eye on it. Gut hooked. So this is probably the best move I've made all year. The night before the tournament, I'm rigging up my rods, and I knew it was going to be cloudy and overcast, and I said, man, I have not thrown a topwater in there. The water clarity's there. I knew there were some big largemouth, so I tied on a Vixen, and literally first cast, third twitch, biggest fish of actually the whole day, about a 3.5 pound largemouth ate it, and at that point I thought, dude, it could totally be game on this deal.
That's what you're looking for.
That'll work. On the spook. First cast. That'll help. I wonder if that fish is gonna live. He looks like he's gonna live. Maybe not. Like 20 minutes after I caught that fish, I look back, you know, it's still alive, it's still swimming, but I can tell it's not in good shape. So even though I only had 2 in the boat at the time, I opted to release that fish that wasn't looking too good, and I was back to 1.
Still alive, I'm chucking. He's gone.
That could have been a costly mistake. I didn't think it was supposed to storm this hard, and one of the deals that I also had going in the marina was not only throwing a Ned rig, but also throwing a jerk bait. And I think the sun really needed to be out for this to work better, but I caught a couple short fish here. But I was struggling. If I can get that Ned head going, like I made like 10 casts the first time I came in here, and I had a 5 and 2 3s, and then I rolled the freaking hook in, and I just was like, don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's freaking golden. And then I was like, there's no way it's that good. And I came back yesterday without a hook, and I had like a 4.5 on that jerkbait. I saw it down in the water, like that one, and it came off, and I was like, good. And then I shook off like 6 or 7 more that weren't like tick, they were like, don't, you know, like good fish.
Little boo.
Oh, yeah.
That'll work. Yeah, he's almost 17 inches. So I added about a 2.5 pounder, another 2.5 pounder on the top water, and then about a 16-inch spotted bass on the jerk bait. But I knew the weights were going to be good. I knew that I needed something in the teens. Like I said at the beginning, I was shooting for 13 or 14 pounds. So I went back to where I thought I could catch some big spotted bass. That should keep.
Yeah, that'll keep.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep, there's 4. I'll take it. I caught my 4th fish on a Ned head on the dam, and then just eased out to the lock and dam pillar and filled out a limit. Didn't weigh very much at all though. He's got hooked too. Nope, he's not, and there's a limit. right after that I made a little move, and that was the that's when the big spot bit, and that one really saved my day. It turned out sucker was about a 3.5 pounder. They pull so hard when they bite. It's really obvious when those things eat that they're the right one. Just a boom, and there's the heavy pull. So even before I saw this one, I knew this one needed to come in the boat. And yeah, they're really pretty out of that lake. That's what we came there for. That right there.
That is birdie right there.
That little G Finesse Gamakatsu 2-aught on a trick worm, 3-pound spot. That's pretty cool. That thing's hauling. I talked about how I thought that topwater bite was a good move to pull it out after I hadn't practiced at all with it. And another thing that I did kind of late in the day on day one, I went back to the same dock corner that I caught the spotted bass on a jerk bait. And typically they school up, and I actually picked up a glide bait. I'd had one or two follow it in practice, but it was cloudy, not ideal conditions. First cast, twitching the sucker past it. My second biggest fish of the day eats it. It's just a really long, lean spotted bass, but another good call here to add some weight. I never even realized this until I was looking at the footage, but I don't remember. I laid my rod down apparently, and that's how my braid got wrapped around the tip of my rod. And this bite felt exactly like every other 3.5 pound spotted bass that bit in that area in practice and over the first 2 days of competition. So with a 2-pounder in the box and what I felt on that bite that I missed probably cost me about a pound and a half maybe. I don't want to push it. You throw in the fact that I was an early boat draw and I wasted an hour on the shad spawn, and then it took 45 minutes to run there, which means I have 45 minutes to run back, and I had like a 2:20 check-in because I was such an early flight. And man, I just ran out of time. Wasn't ever really able to upgrade, and that's all she wrote. Well, we're wrapping up the first day. Had 13.7 on those 5. I think I can do a lot better tomorrow. I've got a really long day. I wasted an hour on the shad spawn and then had to leave down there at 1, so we didn't get down there till 8. We had 5 hours to fish. That was it. I'll get 8 hours down there tomorrow. It's going to be better conditions. Those fish should set up, so I salvaged today. No major misses. Made a good call to throw that spook. I tied it on last night. Had not thrown it this year yet, or the vixen. So we're on the board with lots of room to move up. The 2021 season is presented by Best on Tour. Sign up for free at bestontour.net.